together forever.
Hey, blessed ones. This is Tamar Aziz Serwa. I am the pioneer of the womb sauna. And I always get excited when I have an opportunity to chat it up with you through the World Wide Web, through our YouTube channel. I'm always grateful that many of you feel compelled to even listen to the things that are on my heart and in my mind. I was just sharing with my sister yesterday that I am in awe of spirit and this work and the fruit that it has produced every time I get feedback from you saying that something I have shared or something I have done has impacted your life. I want you to know that that feedback is impacting my life and transforming me in ways that I don't even have the words to articulate. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for conversing with me in the ways that you do with all of these messages that I bring to the conversation with you. So, I want to talk about surrendering because in the womb sauna, when women come and they get on this pot, one of the things that many of the women I've worked with are growing in is the area of learning how to surrender. And the majority of the work that I do is here in the West, in America. And I think that we have been socially programmed, culturally trained to be controlling. Think about it. Even as a country, America often has gained a reputation as being the bully of the world in some ways. Not sure if that's always a fair assessment, but in many ways, culturally, if you have the biggest gun, you can go into a country and take what you want. If you have the right amount of money, you can be in control of things, right? World power, superpower country. So then you get down to the boardrooms and the CEO flexes, and everybody has this energy of an inflated ego. And for those of you who've listened to the videos, I have one that talks about one of the hidden imbalances of the womb is the ego. And I go into detail about how ego energy, when it is out of balance, will make you sick. Well, what we accept, we allow. Take a deep breath and really take this information in. What we accept, we allow. What you accept, you allow. And that is the vibration of surrendering. We struggle with surrendering because we refuse to accept what has presented itself. And what we resist persists. And it creates unnecessary suffering. That ego is inflicting unnecessary suffering because your ego will tell you to resist what is in front of you, inside of you, and around you. Your ego will tell you that to allow it is somehow making you unsafe, somehow making you weak, somehow making you foolish. And all of those vibrations are tied to a value system that you may have inherited or that you are living by that is no longer serving you well. In order to surrender to the process of healing your womb from fibroids, infertility, cancers, and sexual traumas, and all of these things, in order to surrender, you have to first accept what presents itself to you. And then accept it. Allow it to be what it is. Knowing that the allowing of it does not dictate who you are. That's the key. So let's translate this into how this can show up in your everyday living. And then I'll tell you a tool and resource to help you manifest this in your life. The way this would translate is let's look at relationships. Let's look at specifically at relationships with the men that we love or our loved ones, our intimate partners. When we accept them as they are, we allow them to show up just as they are. And we surrender the idea that who they are could somehow interfere with who I am. Say that again. You got your boo. Let's say your man is a workaholic. And as a result of him being a workaholic, he doesn't stay on top of the cleanliness of the home the way you would. Because that's his area of growth, how to balance his work life, his personal life, and his play life. Now, some women will take a look at that and say, oh, no. That's not acceptable. And they will choose to use their energy in a way that is trying to change who he is. They're trying to force him to see things the way they see things. They're trying to force him to show up differently than what he is. And that vibration of forcing change, resisting, accepting him as he is a act of control. It's not an act of surrender. It is your ego's way of trying to control the person that you love. What happens a lot of the times is, depending on the strength of your man and how confident he is in being who he is, he will either resent you for it. Well, it can always lead to resentment because nobody wants to not be accepted. Everybody's looking for unconditional love. But he will either bend and let you control him and give his power to you, or he'll knuck and buck and say, I ain't doing it your way. And he might have to put his foot down so hard because he'll say, I ain't doing nothing you asked me to do your way because I'm tired of you trying to control me. You say you love me. You say you want to be with me. But the way you're showing up tells me that you actually reject who I really am. That I can show you my areas of growth and be judged for them, criticized for them, and told every day that I am not accepted in my own home, that the way I'm showing up is not good enough. What this does is it does not get us what we really tried to create, because we're not moving through it powerfully, we're moving through it forcefully. So that's just one example. But this energy of resistance created by imbalanced egos also shows up in our finances, shows up in how we do business. I want to collaborate with you, but because you didn't give me all that I wanted, the way I thought it should come, I will no longer support you. Because I had an expectation when I walked to the table to even talk about doing something with you. But because I thought that what I really wanted from you would not be given, I didn't ask for what I really wanted, and I showed up inauthentically. And then when you caught on to the fact that I wanted more from you than what I communicated from day one, and you set up a boundary, I didn't like it. I interpreted it as rejection, and I've been moving in that vibration ever since. It's another example. All because we refuse to accept what has presented itself. The thing about acceptance is it allows us to grow. A lot of times we resist accepting what is presenting itself because we don't want to do the work. We don't want to face things. You mean to tell me that I've been in this marriage for 10 years and you're talking about leaving me because you're not happy? How could I possibly miss that? Nope, I won't accept that that's the truth. I won't accept that you're telling me that for the past 10 years you're not happy in this marriage. Because I don't want to believe that I failed in some way. Because my ego's too big. My ego's telling me that you don't fail. You cook, you clean, you have sex, pull out your stilettos. How could you have possibly failed? And we don't want to do the work. So we go to the courthouse. Screw this, I'm out then. Since you so unhappy. And then, a few years pass, you feel like you recover. You find new love, and the same lesson presents itself. Because the universe loves us so much that the lessons will continue to present themselves to continue to give us opportunities to grow. And some opportunities we take and some we don't. What we accept, we allow. What you accept, you allow. Why do we fight everything so much? Why do we resist everything? And this has even shown up with my clients, and this is the last example, and then I'll tell you the key. We even do this with our clients. I see this with my clients, when they come to the womb sauna. And it's time for them to tell their story. They are so used to living in a vibration of resistance that it's hard for them to tell the truth. I may ask a question like, give me your medical history. They have so fought against what has presented itself that they don't tell the truth. They start saying things like, I was diagnosed with fibroids, but I don't receive that. And I get that. Because you do need to take a stand about what your truth is and put your focus and energy on that. But I'm just asking, do you or don't you have fibroids inside of your body right now? That's what I need to know. And we are so in the consciousness of resisting what presents itself. And we fear it. For that woman, she may genuinely fear that if I acknowledge on any level these fibroids in my body, these fibroids have more power than me and will take me out of here or take my womb out of here. I don't know if I'm equipped to deal with these fibroids. Well, that's what I'm there to address. The fact that you don't know your power. Because I don't care how big those fibroids are. Whether you acknowledge them or not, you still have power over those fibroids. You still absolutely are powerful enough to heal yourself in mind, body, and spirit. So you don't have to resist what has presented itself to you. Accept it. Allow yourself to move through it. And this is the last piece about resistance. Resistance keeps you from dealing with the truth. Resistance is the same vibration of an illusion. Resistance correlates with the future, the illusion of the future glorified self you think you will become, or the broken victim self you've been in your past. But acceptance is the power of the now, the present. That's where the power sits, and where you are in this very moment. Again, what you accept, you allow. And that is the vibration of surrendering. And we struggle with surrendering because we refuse to accept what has presented itself. And what we resist persists. And that's unnecessary suffering. So, what is the key? How you break all of this up? Honestly, I'll tell you how I break it up. And let's see if you accept this, if it hits you and resonates with you. I get on my pot in the womb sauna. I allow my womb healing work to plant seeds of growth, deliverance, raw, unapologetic power in every area of my life. I call the womb sauna the manifestation seat. So, yes, experience it. This is deeper than just a vaginal steam treatment. You're not going to find anything else like this. And I don't criticize or praise other methods of vaginal steaming because I haven't experienced other methods that I can say are like the womb sauna. You know, and its basic concept, yeah, there's plenty of ways of putting together a chair, pot, and herbs and steaming. The womb sauna is a completely different experience. And if you've ever talked to a woman that's had a womb sauna session, not just steaming or any of that, but the womb sauna experience, she will tell you, oh no, honey, this is different from a hip bath. This is different from other things. This shifted something in me that I needed to transform my life. Experience it. Do you have to get naked? Many women do. Will you have to talk? Yes. Will your stuff that needs to be healed show? Absolutely. What we accept, we allow. What we resist, persists. It's time. So some of you know that the womb sauna is headquartered in Suitland, Maryland. And you say, Tama, I've been trying to get on your pod. I'm just not in your area. Here's the good news. I am diligently training people. We have over 30 practitioners. Half of them have already been certified and have graduated, and the other half are getting ready to graduate very soon. If you're not on our email list, go to thewombsauna.com, join our email list, stay connected. And when you go to our website, you'll also see under Contact Us a tab that says Find a Practitioner. You can put in your zip code. I cannot vouch for anybody that I have not trained in our method of vaginal steaming. I cannot tell you that the experiences I'm describing to you that take place in the womb sauna, you'll be able to experience with other people. I don't know. You might. I have no idea, though. I have no clue. But what I can tell you is that these sisters that have gone through the training program, not only have they healed, cleansed, and shifted their own selves, they have attuned to a powerful energy to now be able to go out here and create that same experience for you. You don't want to miss this. And so we have them East Coast, West Coast, and the South, all throughout the world, and we're always recruiting you. If you feel pulled to this kind of work and this kind of power, it's a lot of responsibility. To whom much is given, much is also required. But if it's resonating with you, you can also apply for our program. We'll review your application and get you started with your training. You can also give us a call at 888-576-WOMB, WOMB, or 9662. All right, so I hope you are inspired to let some things go today. I hope you are inspired to move like water, to just let things that present themselves be. Not try to control it, not try to change it. Just take a look at it. Accept it. Allow it. It's not going to break you. It's not going to take you out here. Ain't nobody going to die. All right, I love you. I hope you're inspired today. And I hope that this helps you begin to embrace how to surrender. And again, get on the pot. Schedule your appointment. And let's get this work done. Get in the manifestation seat. And let's solidify your intention to move through this life more powerfully. Have a blessed day, everyone. As always, it's been bliss. Peace.